As I've grown up, I think I've had the fortune of having people around me who've kind of helped me through a number of things, whether it's kind of professional, personal. I was actually very, very fortunate in that I was born in Kenya, Nairobi, Kenya. A big, big community there, in both Indian and local community. So my education and upbringing was in Kenya. I then came to the UK when I was 18 for my university in the very kind of rainy and cloudy town of Manchester. It was a lot of fun, scary. It's the first time I'd left home, taken a flight and, gone straight to a completely new place. So 3 years passed by quickly. I decided to then go back to Kenya for a little while. But I think my kind of, I suppose, heart was in the UK. And I guess my passion has always been kind of sales and marketing, looking at business development, client acquisition, client relationships. So that's been kind of my theme throughout my career. And my last big role, I guess, was at the Institute of Chartered Accountants, where I joined the professional development team. And I ended up heading the Academy of Professional Development. That's where I guess, my kind of career stage and decisions began to form around what I really enjoyed, but more importantly, I think kind of what my passion was. I've always kind of enjoyed the interaction and learning from people, and learning and development or kind of bettering myself, growing myself has always been something I've always really, really enjoyed, whether educationally or otherwise. And then as I go into my roles, I realized what I was doing in my roles as I got to a, I suppose, position where I could help people in my team, peers, engage with senior leaders. All of the time, kind of my approach was to what can I get out of this? How am I going to move forward with this? What's my kind of next step? What's going to kind of keep things moving? And even in my client relationship development kind of role, what I realized was I was actually asking lots of questions. I had to listen a lot because I had to kind of really understand their pain points, what their needs were in terms of their next step in their career, what is their kind of developmental goal, what is it they're really looking to aspire to become, and then design something around training or our leadership programs where they could fit in. It really, really kind of cemented some of the things that I was already enjoying. But that almost led me to kind of feel like I was partly coaching, but I was obviously partly bringing clients in. So I think informally I would call it, I felt like I was coaching. And what then finally kind of, I suppose, when I left that role, was that pivotal moment is what do I do next? From a qualification point of view, I wanted that because the credentials would then help me get the structure, the rigor, the mindset around what it means to be a coach. So that's kind of where I decided in March 2021 to really embark on the coaching qualification. I've always loved learning, I've always loved developing, and I felt through my career roles, I informally kind of thrived, but what energized me was helping members of my team, say for example, or peers, really kind of grow and develop. And I guess my natural style has always been, people hopefully would still say this, is I hold true to my values. My business name, I decided to name it Chakra, which is a Sanskrit word which means circle or energies. And therefore I want to unlock energies, I want to unlock potential for people. And that's what I love. If I can see that moment to say, actually, if I ask a few questions and somebody goes, I've never thought about it like that. And it happened in a few of my coaching sessions. This is what your question was, why do I love what I do? It's getting people to lift their heads, raise their awareness. And suddenly you can see that light coming on. And this kind of moment to say, wow, that was really, yeah, actually I've never thought about it like that. And suddenly you go, this is why I love what I do. So it really kind of enthuses me when I can see that impact, certainly from an individual point of view. The other thing that I love what I do coaching-wise is it keeps me grounded, and it means that I've continuously got to be on the top of my game. There's nothing I can take for granted. I don't believe I can just kind of coast along as a coach. So I've got to keep myself updated. I've got to learn, which is what I enjoy. And if I grow as a coach, if I learn as a coach, if I keep developing as a coach, hopefully that just means not just personal development, professional development, but also doing the best for my clients.